Have you ever wondered what Jesus did on the Saturday of Holy Week? Well, the answer is, Jesus went diving. No, Jesus didn't go scuba diving. He went much deeper than anyone will ever dive. Jesus dove to the heart of the earth. Jesus referenced Jonah when he revealed what he was going to do in Matthew 12:40. For as Jonah was 3 days and 3 nights in the belly of the great fish, so will the Son of Man be 3 days and 3 nights in the heart of the earth. Now, usually, we would associate a deep dive with cold water, but that was not the case here. Jesus found himself in hot water. Well, actually, it was so hot that there was no water. Dive with me here for a minute. Jesus dove to a place called Sheol, or the place of the dead. Sheol is where both the saved and unsaved went, but they weren't in the same pool, if you will. The saved were in a place called Abraham's bosom, while the lost went to Hades, or hell. Jesus gave us a description of this location in Luke 11:19-31. While Hades was horribly hot and a place of constant torture, Abraham's bosom was a comfortable and peaceful place. However, between the two chambers was a gulf that no one could cross. That is, except Jesus. The promise that God would save the Messiah was found in Psalm 16:10. For you will not leave my soul in Sheol, nor will you allow your Holy One to see corruption. Think of Good Friday as the day of his descent. Silent Saturday, as I call it, was the deep stop, and Resurrection Sunday was both the ascent and surface. Jesus even built in a safety stop. You see, on Friday, he descended to Hades and paid the price for all those who would ever accept his gift of eternal life, which is why they never went to Hades. On Saturday, Jesus was able to cross the gulf because death couldn't hold him. Why? Because Jesus was sinless, and death only had a right to those who had worked for his wages. Remember what Romans 6:23 says, "The wages of sin is death." On Resurrection Sunday, Jesus ascended from Sheol, and he met Mary in the garden. This was his safety stop, where he and those with him stayed for a bit. That's recorded in Matthew 27:51-53. Then behold, the veil of the temple was torn in two from top to bottom, and the earth quaked, and the rocks were split, and the graves were opened, and many bodies of the saints who had fallen asleep were raised. And coming out of the graves after his resurrection, they went into the holy city and appeared to many. After Jesus surfaced in heaven and atoned for all sin, which started in heaven with Lucifer, the ladder was lowered, and those on their safety stop, or those raised but still on earth, were cleared aboard their boat, known as heaven. Actually, if you really think about it, Jesus descended at his birth, stopped at earth for his ministry, descended again to Sheol, ascended for a stop on earth before surfacing again in heaven. The last 2,000 years have been a surface interval. Jesus promised to dive back in and rescue us, who are still diving in the sea of humanity here on earth. Jesus will bring us up when our dive time has run out. We will all have at least a 7-year surface interval prior to a 1,000-year dive that starts at the end of the tribulation. I pray that this message has encouraged you. For full messages, please visit us at the Canton Covenant Group channel. Thank you, and dive safe.